I think this might be my favorite TierZoo episode yet. This guy is so good. Are Crocodilians OP? Let's find out!
This video was made in partnership with CuriosityStream.
I didn't know little... Was that little? That looked like a caiman. What is that? I don't get it. Is that like a carcass that he's trying to break off a piece? That's so weird. This be epic. That's right. And if it's not, your money back guaranteed.
But another good indicator is how long a build's core strategies and stats have stood the test of time. If a build has managed to succeed across multiple balance patches and new game expansions,
that's fair.
That's a great indication that it dominates a highly stable niche in the meta. For example, dragonflies have been one of the top builds patrolling the airspace above swamps and lakes since the Carboniferous expansion. By the same token, sharks have been the dominant marine force since before the terrestrial servers were even added to the game.
That's a pretty fair point. If they're living for like millions of years, they're probably doing something right, you know? They don't even need to adapt, basically.
Crocodilians have also had a dominant hold on the same niche since even before the dinosaurs, having survived several of the harshest updates the game has ever seen. Despite this, I don't think any players are all that surprised at the Crocodilians' extensive domination record. I mean, this is a build which combines downright busted stats with arguably the most effective strategy in the game, resource camping. So today I'm going to break down all of the important features of the Crocodilian build and the strategy.
Alright, obligatory time, obligatory Google.ca. Barrel roll. Do it! Do it! What do you mean? You're not going to do it? You? I almost fell. Pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff. Very funny. Are you laughing, Chet? Are you laughing with me?
This video is meant to apply to both crocodiles and alligators, because even though there are a few subtle differences between the builds, overall, their game plan is very similar. Alright, so first, the Croc's biggest strength.
Why are they fighting each other?
First and foremost is their bite attack. The Croc's bite is the strongest in the game.
Do they have any other attack?
Able to one-shot most low to mid HP targets, and deal serious damage even to the bulkiest players. One important thing to note is that this bite deals crush-type damage, making it one of the few attacks in the game powerful enough to overwhelm most defenses. Even the high-level armor seen in builds like the Turtle and Armadillo aren't enough to stop it. But as powerful and damaging as the...
Did you guys see the, there was this video of like an alligator or whatever it was, biting a turtle, and then it just goes away. It just leaves. It didn't crush it. How did it miss? And why did it give up? It's limping. Isn't that so sad? Like, at least if you're gonna eat it, eat it. Now you just left it debilitated for the rest of its life for absolutely no reason. It's just like, I'm not moving my head for that. I wasn't really that hungry anyway. Aww. You meanie? Why'd you gotta go and do that? Doesn't have a care in the world. A care in the world! I have to pay respects to the turtle. F. Man, I didn't know it could break. I thought it couldn't break it. I thought I was just trying, and, you know? I didn't know like they could actually break it like this. This is even sadder.
The few attacks in the game powerful enough to overwhelm most defenses.
And what did the truck ever do to this crocodile? Why is it so mad?
Even the high-level armor seen in builds like the Turtle and Armadillo aren't enough to stop it. Even the high-level armor seen in builds like the Turtle and Armadillo.
The reason the other one couldn't eat the turtle is because it tried to adjust it to the back of its mouth to get a better grip, and then it slipped, and then it just gave up. Look.
Fences. Even the...
Look, he's gonna adjust it. Like this.
High-level armor seen in...
He needs to adjust it first, and then he was gonna bite. The other one, it adjusts it, and then it slipped, so he couldn't adjust. And then, goodbye. That's me! I know what that is! Bro! Why are you recommending myself to me? Anyway, back to TierZoo.
But as powerful and damaging as the Croc's bite is, Crocodilian players actually aren't optimized for direct damage. In fact, most tank builds can recover from a single bite without much consequence. The Crocodilians' strategy revolves around being able to bring down large targets, usually ones that have a high enough base HP to survive several.
Wait, so you can one-shot
but
basically
as powerful
everything.
and damaging as the Croc's bite is, Crocodilian players.
Is it because basically they just graze it and they're not actually holding on?
The Crocodilians' strategy revolves around being able to bring down large targets, usually ones that have a high enough base HP to survive several powerful attacks. That's why, despite having the strongest bite force in the game, in terms of pure DPS, a Croc's bite is surpassed by sharks due to their serrated blade-like teeth.
Oh
While
no! Whoa! Wow! It couldn't hold on because its teeth were too sharp. Did you see that? It tried to hold on, but the teeth just went through like it was a ghost.
Bite is surpassed by sharks due to their serrated blade-like teeth. While a Croc definitely
I did not know that was a thing.
spec into this type of tooth, for the relevant matchups, the crocodile's curved conical teeth are more useful. These teeth make the crocodile's grapple much more difficult to break out of, and this is where the crocodile's ability to take down tank builds really shines through, as their infamous grapple combo, the death roll, is one of the most powerful attacks in the game and can tear through the HP of even the bulkiest players.
Bro, Crocodilian builds, they just spam their best move. It's so boring. And they've been doing it for millions of years. Imagine playing a game and just one-tricking crocodiles. Boring.
Let's continue with the Croc's other strong points. The most important ones are going to be the two abilities they use to maximize their effectiveness in the water, for both stealth and mobility. First, their rudder-like tail grants them a massive speed boost while swimming.
Right. I forgot about that.
This is what shifts many a matchup in their favor when in combat in the water, as most of the Croc's potential.
That is so scary. Can you imagine that swimming towards you?
The Croc's biggest weakness.
So scary. That's. Oh my god. That was so fast.
Is its reliance on.
Like a human swimming towards me that fast would be scary. Like Jaws, but a rip-off version? I don't know. Crocs. Crocs. Nice.
This isn't that big a weakness, as just about every player needs to visit a watering hole at some point. If your party migrates, you'll most likely need to cross a river at some point in order to find more food. But even if you play as a non-migratory build, you'll likely still need to top up your thirst meter every so often to avoid serious stat debuffs. Still,
the kid got greedy, wanted to get to the front of the pack, and it paid with its life.
You still need to top up your thirst meter every so often to avoid serious stat debuffs. Still, it is a potential vulnerability. If the water in your preferred server begins to dry up, an occurrence that has become more and more frequent in the Anthropocene meta, this can greatly increase the difficulty of your gameplay by removing your stealth and mobility bonuses. Crocodiles don't respawn in the water, and instead must build and protect their nests on shore. Objective defense is always a tough portion of any player's questline, but doing so in a vulnerable state is even more difficult. Another big weakness is their reliance on the death roll combo to score kills.
I've said this basically in every TierZoo reaction I've ever done, but Crocodile's hearts actually work better in the water than they do on the land. So they pump blood more efficiently, not like they pump more oxygenated blood when they're in the water, basically. I'm pretty sure. So being on the land is a pretty big disadvantage to them, not only because they can't swim and they have stubby legs, but also because of this. They probably don't have enough energy.
Even more difficult. Another big weakness is their reliance on the death roll combo to score kills.
So if you ever want to 1v1 a croc, do not do it in water.
Even though it's a guaranteed kill if the full combo finishes, executing the entire move requires uninterrupted focus on a single target for a significant period of time. As with most grappler builds, this leaves the user quite vulnerable to attacks from your target's party members. So how can Crocodile players best...
You're a spinning ball of death and you're vulnerable? I feel like no one can do anything to you. They just bounce off you. The more you know.
Mitigate this weakness, and how can other players best exploit it? Of course, this isn't without risk. Dragging a target requires a lot of stamina, and if your stamina runs out when your target is still struggling to get free, they may escape, or worse, counterattack. You can mitigate...
I mean, let's assume that was a successful grapple. Could they actually do a barrel roll with an elephant? I kind of doubt that. Hi everyone. Hello Jacques.
Attacking alongside other Crocodilian mains, as they can help you drag away your target quicker and reduce their chances of escape even further. Of course, this means you'll be splitting the loot, but it's worth it for bigger kills.
Nice.
For you non-croc mains watching, obviously the absolute best strategy is simply to be large and or strong enough to resist being pulled into the water. If you're the one doing the
What does this footage have to do with the video? The croc was just giving it a kiss on the cheek.
First is avoiding deep water. If you need
Yeah,
to
why
cross
are
a
you
river
there?
or find a
Why are you sitting there, little antelope or gazelle or whatever you are? You're a sub now? I'm a great YouTuber? Thanks! I appreciate that. Feels good, man.
spot to drink, you'll be safest if the croc would need to drag you a
Yo, did you know that 61% of the people watching aren't subscribed? Chat. 61? Chat, 61? Chat, 61! I wish, chat! Now I'm gonna show you a number that you have never seen before. What is that? What is that? 99.3% of the views I got weren't from subscribers.
great distance to get you somewhere you couldn't stand.
That's
Plus,
messed
it's
up.
if the croc would need to drag you a great distance to get you somewhere
That's messed up. Subscribing makes a YouTuber's day. You made a YouTuber's day, the almond memer.
where you couldn't stand. Plus, it's a lot more difficult for a croc to hide in shallow water, so you'll be less vulnerable to surprise attacks. If you're a player with the ability to fly or to climb, you might assume this advice doesn't apply to you, since you can stay out of reach of a croc attack. However, one thing to keep in mind is that the croc's rudder tail ability
Oh, right, I
has a
remember this.
secondary effect
Oh my
granting it
God.
a greatly increased attack range while in deep
What
water,
the hell?
as it can launch itself a considerable distance to strike targets above the surface. This is a
I've seen that before, but every time I see that, basically because I forgot as well. But what the hell? It's flying, basically.
relatively slow and highly committal option. So my advice to flying players is that if you need to approach the surface of the water, keep moving, as striking a moving target would require a pretty insane read on the part of the croc player. It's not impossible though, so don't get greedy. Next, I
Is it
recommend
gone? Is it
staying
dead?
with a tight-knit party that's willing to fight alongside you.
Unlucky.
As mentioned before, the croc's death roll combo is vulnerable to being interrupted. So if your teammate is being attacked, you may be able to save them.
I mean, that croc was kind of in over its head. Why is it even trying to do anything there? I think it's only trying to defend itself there. I feel like that wasn't the hunt. Why would it hunt like that, right?
Of course, there may be other crocs around, so you're taking a risk in doing so. But still, crocs really can't do much other than flee to deep water if they're being attacked from multiple directions.
Just
so
flee.
coordinated attacks.
You don't need to eat a lion.
This advice also translates for any player trying to loot crocodile nests. This is by no means easy, but since the croc's nest will be on land, the lack of their mobility bonus will make the croc less capable of catching you. The best strategy is to continuously bait out attacks, luring the croc out into the heat. Eventually this will daze the crocodile, allowing you to loot their nest uncontested.
If only the father was also there to help, you know? No, that could have helped.
Another surprisingly powerful and underutilized strategy is to ally with bird players who also nest in the sand.
Oh.
They can protect your eggs from being looted by the more nimble players.
Really?
While you can protect their buried eggs from being stomped on by the larger players. Now, one piece of advice I see
How do they communicate like that though?
tossed around is the
That's so
idea to
cool.
spec into abilities that would make a crocodile less reliant on
Longer
water.
legs.
Things like longer legs, replacing claws with hooves, and so on. These ideas have actually been tried in the past, and have never really caught on.
Why though?
I get a lot of tags on Twitter asking to mention how overpowered terrestrial crocodile builds were. However, I think
Basically just
history
big
shows
lizards?
the opposite. We're at a time where the previous top-tier predator build had been banned, and every faction was taking a shot at trying to control that niche. In the Triassic,
So why didn't
builds
it
like
work?
Nostasuchus were great at terrorizing the Synapsid player base. The top-tier Synapsid, Lystrosaurus, was dominating the meta, so having a good matchup
That looks really boring. How is that the dominating one?
against them meant a free top-tier spot. However, these terrestrial proto-crocodilians quickly lost their top-tier status as the more mobile dinosaurs started competing. And in the Paleogene, almost the exact same thing happened. Galloping crocodilians dominated the early meta, but once the mammal player base started competing for the top-tier predator spot, once again, the croc player base couldn't keep up and was forced back into their traditional aquatic ambush role. So yeah, sorry Cheetah fans, you can try again after the next major balance patch. But for now, there's no shame in sticking to the tried and true game plan Crocs have perfected over the past several balance patches.
That's fair. I see
They're
that.
undoubtedly a top tier predator, and I can't see their placement on the tier list changing anytime soon.
What do you
Hopefully
mean?
this
Wait,
top tier
whoa. It's higher? It's higher than hippos? What? We saw in the hippo video that hippos absolutely destroyed crocs, though. What? I don't get it. How? I find that hard to believe after I watched your hippo video, Mr. TierZoo. Interesting.
And I can't see their placement on the tier list changing anytime soon.
Because it hasn't changed for like thousands and thousands of years. Unless Africa just completely dries up, right?
Documentary called Karen Killers, a film which explores
Karen
the non-crocodile builds
Killers. Crocodiles are Karens confirmed. What's that? More TierZoo? You want more TierZoo? Well, I got you covered. I got you covered with a whole playlist. Please subscribe to me.